Hello team, it's KJ here and welcome to the next edition of learning about our beautiful Nutrimetics products and of course our fabulous skin. Now, speaking of skin, obviously with the fantastic industry that we're in, we want to care for it. We want to protect it from future damage. We want to nourish it and feed it, and we want to rewind any damage that may have already taken place. Now, it goes without saying that women do not want to have the physical signs of aging. We don't like mirrors. We don't like the crow's feet. We don't like the lines, the pigmentation, the dehydration. But I must say, guys are also getting just a little bit sensitive about how they're looking and how they're aging as well. So a lot of times we talk about our beautiful products and everyone says, I don't know if I can remember what every product does. Guys, relax. If we understand the basis of our skin, you will understand every product we have and what it does. So let's have a little bit of a look. Now, first of all, here's a cross section of your skin. Your skin, today, we're just going to cut it into 3 layers. We're going to talk about the top layer, which is the epidermis, the middle layer, which is the dermis, and the base layer is the, well, for want of a better word, it's just the fat layer. I don't like talking about that one very much. So let's start off with the top layer or the epidermis. Now this is the surface of your skin and it goes down to the layer, the thickness of a rose petal. Now this is where the surface cornflakes happen. You know that because you've seen all the cornflake pictures. This is where the oil comes out onto our skin through the pores. This is as we can see the signs of acne and blackheads. And also it's the epidermal layers that are very subjected to the UVB rays from the sun or those burning rays. So as I said, as thick as a rose petal, and in the base of that rose petal is where new skin cells are renewed, and they take a 28-day journey all the way through that rose petal to reach the surface. As they take that journey to the top, they lose moisture as they go. So they go from grapes to raisins to cornflakes, and once they become the cornflake stage, that's the dead skin cells on the top of our skin that we know and see, and we can have up to 15 layers of those dead skin cells. Now with that dehydration action of course happening, we get that dehydration wrinkling. So what's important? Of course, moisture. So let's have a look. Again, we know this, we've talked about this one in microdermabrasion and any type of exfoliation. So up to 15 layers of dead skin cells makes your skin through a microscope look just like this flaky painted surface. And in order to do anything with our skin, we need to take off those flakes and give ourselves a beautiful smooth canvas to work with, whether it's to add SPF, whether it's to put beautiful makeup on, whether it's to put an antioxidant on, or just a beautiful drink or moisture. But we know that. Let's keep going. All right, so what we also have in the skin and in the dermal layers is we have the hair follicle that you can see there, and attached to the hair follicle is a sebaceous gland, and this is otherwise known as an oil factory. Oil travels up the shaft and comes out of the pores on the top of the skin. Now, these oil factories make oil, so the more oil we get, we of course can get oily skin, then blackheads, and certainly acne. So these little oil factories actually do a lot in relation to a lot of the conditions that we have with our skin. Also in this mid layer is where collagen and elastin live. And you know collagen and elastin, that's all got to do with wrinkles. And of course that means that this middle dermal layer is wrinkle territory. All right, so let's look at collagen and elastin. They basically provide the foundation for the skin. So collagen cushions and supports the epidermis, preventing it from collapsing onto the muscles and bones, while elastin allows the skin to stretch and flex smoothly. And also, they're both proteins, they're excellent water binders, and they keep the skin supple and hydrated. And when skin has enough water, of course it stays smooth and unwrinkled. I always like to look at it like a mattress ensemble. So everything works together. Elastin like the base, collagen like the springs. When everything's working well, the material on top of the mattress is of course beautiful and smooth. But when they start to break down, we lose that structure, and what happens to the mattress? saggy, wrinkly, pigmented mattress. And the same thing happens with your skin. I know, it's terrifying. So what causes all of this? Well, I'm sorry to say we love the summer, guys, but the summer sun is responsible for 90% of wrinkles, lines, pigmentation and dehydration. In other words, the sun is responsible for 90% of the physical signs of aging. So the sun's rays are very much like a line of free radicals going straight into your skin. Also, we get aging or free radicals from cigarette smoke, stress, and junk food. So too bad if you live in the sun, smoke cigarettes, have a very stressful life and eat junk food all day. So, before we go any further, I just want you to know that I have a very special microscope. It's called the KJ microscope. Normal microscopes just see normal cells. My microscope sees closer and sees what these things really are. So let's have a look at what they are. Free radicals, antioxidants, and of course our happy cells. So let's have a look at a free radical. Now you know that when our skin has happy, healthy collagen and elastin, it's a beautiful network of strength, suppleness and elasticity, makes the skin beautiful. Free radicals come in, what they do is go up to a happy skin cell, pinch something off us that makes it sick and sicker until it becomes a free radical itself, therefore a chain reaction. So one free radical that devours a happy collagen or elastin can turn to 2, can turn to 4, can turn to 8, and then that whole structure and elasticity breaks down and causes wrinkles. Of course they do. Okay, more like these wrinkles. So how do we stop these little fellas and the damage that they're doing and the loss of that strength, structure and elasticity of our skin? It's of course the antioxidant. Now the antioxidant comes between the free radical and the happy skin cell. An antioxidant envelops the free radical and takes its bad energy, and in doing that actually destroys both the antioxidant and the free radical, but it leaves those collagen and elastin cells happy and untouched, which is fantastic. So what do we need to do? First and foremost, if we're looking at wrinkles, we need to first of all decrease some of it off the top, the up to 15 layers of cornflakes through exfoliation. So the less we get rid of those 15 layers, we actually get rid of the wrinkle depth. Now that we've got rid of those flaky layers, we can topically apply our SPF and our antioxidants beautifully. As they come in, those antioxidants stop the chain reaction of the free radicals, so we get rid of them, and tells your body to make its own natural collagen and elastin, which repumps up your skin, therefore decreasing the wrinkle depth even more. So when we say it reduces fine lines and wrinkles, we mean it. So that's how that works. And when we have a lesser depth of wrinkles, we look younger. Beautiful. And of course, you know our fantastic exfoliation range. That's to get rid of the top parts. And then there is our beautiful antioxidants, especially in our programs and Ultra Care Plus, to help build up from the bottom. Okay, we've also got fantastic boosters like retinol and C10. I'm going to talk about them later. And always remember, your face comes in 3 sections because they're the 3 parts that see the sun the most: face, décolletage and hands. So always exfoliate and sunscreen and moisture and you'll be fine. So base layer, that's the fat layer. And remember, anyone that loses any weight will actually lose a lot of that structure underneath and they'll get saggy skin. Sorry guys, there's only one cream in the universe that will fix this saggy skin, and it's not a Nutrimetics cream, but I'm going to tell you what it is for the good of fellow man. Are you ready for the cream? Krispy Kreme. That's the only thing that will help that saggy skin through weight loss, because you've just got to get fat again. Sorry, guys. Of course, our last wrinkle is collagen breakage. Any repetitive movement, like the moving of a paper clip, breaks it. So no frowning, no kissing, no cigarette smoking. Wear glasses and topically apply a fabulous antioxidant, and you'll also help reduce those wrinkle depths as well. So all in all, Major things to know about skin care and wrinkle reduction is to exfoliate, take it from the top, SPF, protect it from the sun, antioxidant, build it from the bottom, and a great program to feed and nourish. And give great service because we can honestly change the face of Australia. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Take care and bye for now.